I decided I would make a video about things that black people who say these things need to stop saying them. Now, obviously, all black people don't say these things. I'm black myself. But the black people that do say these things need to cease and desist from saying these things. So I'm going to tell you what they are and tell you the reason I make this statement. The first one is the white man is the devil. You hear that a lot. And a lot of the things that I'm going to discuss have been said by people that you respect and people that you trust. Be that as it may, it doesn't change the fact that these things need to be extricated from your vocabulary. You need to stop saying them cold turkey. The white man is the devil. Neither the white man, the black man, or any other color man is the devil. White people are not the devil. The white race is not the devil. That doesn't make any sense. If we say that genetically the black man was here first, that Adam would have had to have been ethnically black, and every other race came from the loins of a black man, how is the white man the devil unless you are related to the devil yourself? Not only that, but if we look at what the devil and who the devil truly is, if you want to be literal about it, the whole concept of the devil came from the Bible, which describes the devil as Lucifer, the archangel, who was created by God, in the same way that the archangel Michael and the archangel Gabriel were also created by God to be archangels, which is the highest position you could have. So before the fall, the devil was an angel. And no man of any race has the authority, the power, or the intelligence of the devil, because the devil has all of those things: authority, power, and intelligence. The devil is referred to in the Bible as the prince of the power of the air. Okay. In fact, the devil's problem was he said, I too shall be like the Most High, and I shall exalt my throne above the stars. I shall exalt my throne above the stars. So he had a throne. 1/3 of the angels followed him. The white man is not the devil. And yes, the white man has done evil things, but all races of people, all men and women, are guilty. We are all guilty, all of us, regardless of race. So that is a ridiculous assertion. It might make you feel good to say it, but you need to stop saying it. The black man is God is even more ridiculous. The black man is God. Just as none of us human beings, in all of our weaknesses and frailties, have the minimum prerequisites that would be necessary to be a devil, we are certainly lacking in all of the attributes of being God. The black man is God. I mean, that's ridiculous. If you are truly God, then do something godlike. Create something out of nothing. Most of you cannot even create something out of something. You absolutely cannot create something out of nothing. But God can. What is the last time that you have done anything that is godlike? Gods do not have to march up and down the street saying Black Lives Matter. Gods don't have to beg, don't have to fight, don't have to whine and cry for justice. A God snaps his fingers and says, let it be done. And then it is done. The black man is God. You know damn well that's not true. And please don't waste my time with any commentary about that's going to basically be reduced to a semantical argument. Semantics of the word God, lowercase g, and all of that. And please don't try to throw any scripture at me. I know those scriptures better than you do. Whatever scripture you might use, making reference to man as God, I am very much aware of that. But you know what you are trying to say. You know the spirit from whence that comes when you say the black man is God. If the black man is God, what is everybody else? Should everybody else worship the black man? Is that what you're suggesting? I acknowledge all of the truth, the scientific truth when it comes to race. Okay? But that none of that makes you God. And there are those who focus on the black woman. They'll say the black woman is God, which is just as ludicrous. Just as ludicrous as the idea that the black man is God. What is the Latino woman if the black woman is God? What is the white woman if the black woman is God? What is the Asian woman if the black woman is God? If the black woman is God, then that means that the black woman should be above all, not just in your mind, but in reality. She should be exalted above all. In fact, other women should be worshiping her. In fact, if the black woman is God, both men and women should be worshiping her. They should be paying homage to her. As a matter of fact, they should be getting on their knees and folding their hands and praying to the black woman. And most black women will not even do that to their own birth mother. Stop it. It's childish and it makes you look stupid. The black woman is God. It's ridiculous. We were kings. Really? Black people, we were kings? Don't you know how monarchy works? In those instances where there was, in fact, a monarchy, which is a rulership by kings and queens, the way it works is this. There's only one king at a time. You might have 1,000 people that are members of the court, the king's court, that hold certain offices. You might have tens of thousands of people who are the subjects of the king, but there's only one king. So even if you factually descended from a kingdom, from a monarchy, and there were and still are many monarchies in Africa, even if you came from one of them, how are you going to say we were kings? Because if I am the king, you are not a king. You are my subject. And if I have 100,000 subjects, all of you are subjects. There's only one king, and that's me. And the heir to the throne would be my firstborn son. That's him. And the next heir in the lineage to the throne would be his son. We were the kings, not you. Just because you were in the kingdom. In fact, in most monarchies, the majority of the subjects to the king would be what we would call peasants, not kings. Even if you were the court jester, you weren't a king. Even if your great whatever was the part of the court minstrel, you were not a king. Or maybe you were part of the king's harem, but you were not a king. Maybe you were the whipping boy for the king's son, but you were not the king. Stop it. We were kings. If you want to say that there were monarchies that your ancestors were a part of, and those monarchies gave homage to a king because it was a monarchy, then that's fine, but you still weren't a king. That would be like Americans saying that we were presidents. We only have one president at a time, and we change them every 4 years. Or we renew, in most cases, the president's authority for a total of 8 years. How are we going to say we were presidents? Because I came from a nation where we had presidents. I was never president. Nobody in my direct lineage was ever president. Even if they were, even if someone in my direct lineage was a president, that doesn't make me a president. You think little Baron Trump, because his daddy is king right now, Donald Trump, you think he's a president? No, unless he's elected to be president, he can never say, I was president. You can say, but your daddy was. And even so, big deal. That'd be like being in the military and you're the son of a captain. You say, I was a captain in the army. No, your dad was, but you weren't. You weren't even a private. Your daddy was a captain, not you. Stop it, people. Our oppressors. So many black people use the rhetoric of talking about our oppressors. You hear it all the time. Now, I have had a lot of commentary on social media where I've tried to have an intelligent conversation with people, black people, fellow blacks, and get them to explain to me, how are you being oppressed? I have never gotten even a semi-cogent argument or response. Not even a semi-intelligent argument or response. Not once. So maybe on this video, if you know the answer to that, hey, I plead ignorance. I'm ignorant. I don't know better. Help me out. Help me come out of my stupor, because I don't understand how because when you say that, you don't say you. If you say you're oppressed or you have an oppressor, I have no argument. But when you say we, and you're including me in your we, as though we have an oppressor, I look around, I don't see an oppressor. I'm not oppressed. I've never been oppressed. I don't have an oppressor. I do not have an oppressor. Who are your oppressors? Who are they? What do they look like? What are their names? Where are they at? And please don't give me the argument, the white people. How is a group of people, how is a race going to oppress you when we are all individuals? You're saying the entire white race is oppressing you? What exactly are they doing to oppress you? And I guess I have to ask this question as well. Do you know what the word oppressed means? Maybe that's the problem. If you don't, look it up. Our oppressors. A lot of black people routinely refer to white people as our oppressors. If I'm not oppressed, I cannot possibly have an oppressor. And if you are oppressed, what the hell is wrong with you that you're allowing yourself to be oppressed? Come out of your oppression and your depression and your obsession with race. Another one. If we want freedom, there's this guy in the new Black Panther Party. He's got this video he doesn't have it, but there's a video on YouTube. You can find it on social media, where his rhetoric is this. He said, if we want freedom, we're going to have to kill some of these crackers. That's right. We're going to have to kill their babies. We're going to have to kill their mamas. Okay. I would love to know, and anybody, if you are black, please tell me the answer to this, because I honestly don't know the answer. I'm asking a reasonable question. I'm looking for a reasonable response. How the hell are you not free? You don't have to kill anybody if you want freedom. You don't have to kill any crackers or biscuits or cookies or anything else. You don't have to kill any cracker babies. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is realize that you are free and then start acting like you're free. I have a passport. I renewed my passport not too long ago, and which is good, because the passport that I had was there was no place left to stamp it, because I travel so much internationally. Okay. And I am free. I'm free as an American to get a passport. Once I have a passport, that U.S. passport is welcome just about any place in the world. All you have to do is buy a ticket, get on the plane, and go. And you don't have to come back. Now, that's freedom for you. You see, in Germany, they built the Berlin Wall to separate East Berlin from West Berlin. And it wasn't really to keep people out. It was to keep people in. They didn't have freedom that you have to come and go as you please. That's pretty bad. You can't leave your country. Your government would not allow you to leave the country. They can reasonably say that they are not free. Even if they have freedom of mobility within their country, they're really not free. When you are truly free, you have freedom of mobility, freedom of choice, freedom of speech, all types of freedom. You have these freedoms. So when you talk about not being free, what the hell are you talking about? I really want to know the answer to this. I'm asking a question. It's not rhetorical. It is a legitimate question, and it's for any black person that talks like that. You say we're not free. How are you not free? In my travels, I've never had the Secret Service, CIA, special operatives, or anybody else go to another country to find me and drag me kicking and screaming back to America. And a lot of times I buy a one-way ticket because I'm not sure when I'm going to return. That's freedom for you. I might go to one country and just on a whim decide I'm going to go to another country, or I'm going to stick around for a while, or I'm going to go visit my parents. Then I'm going to hop a plane and go somewhere else. I am free. When you have financial freedom, you can have true freedom, because in order to experience true freedom, as I'm describing, you must have the financial resources to be able to do these things. I have that. I am free. And you are free too. If you think you're not free, I'm just asking, explain to me what prevents you from being free. Now, people who are incarcerated, they're not free. If you are on parole, you're not free, but that's because you committed a crime, or at least you were convicted of a crime. You don't have that same freedom to just come and go as you please and do what you want. There are many expatriates, and many of them are black. An expatriate would be an American who decides they want to live somewhere else and no longer have allegiance with America or be tied to America, reside in another country. You're still an American by birthright, but many people decide they want to give up their citizenship. They just want to continue to be an American citizen, but they want to expatriate and live in another country, whether it's Taiwan, the Philippines, somewhere in Europe or Africa or Canada or anywhere else. We have that freedom as Americans. Black Americans, you have that same freedom everybody else has. I am a Black American. I do all the things that free people do. There are no shackles on me whatsoever. There's also no shackles on you. But I just want to know why you think there is. And why you think it's so serious that you would have to kill some crackers or some cracker babies in order to get free. As though you're really truly being held in bondage. That's an insult to those people who have been held in bondage, including possibly your ancestors. And I say possibly because a lot of